Welcome to this tutorial on Ableton Live. The first tutorial is going to be just a very brief overview on the functions of Live and what it can do. Live is an audio sequencing software package that allows us to simultaneously work with audio, MIDI, all our virtual instruments and effects, and do this in an interactive and live way, and it's fantastic for use in live performance. The first thing we need to do is have a look at how to open Live. Two ways we can do this are to click on the dock, which if you have a look down here, that's the Live icon there. And then the other way is to search for it in Spotlight and just type in Live and it should come up as one of the top hits. So you just wait for that to open. All right, what we're looking at here is our Live interface. This is going to be the view that we get used to working with most of the time in Live. A couple of the features we need to know. Firstly, our help menu. Most of the time we're going to have that closed, but you can always grab it and open it up again. This gives you help for lessons, tutorials, helps us find and access sounds, set up audio and MIDI hardware, etc. Hopefully we won't be using this too often, but it's a great reference tool if you do need to access it. Next area is the device area. This is where we search for aspects of Live. So we've got different folders here. We've got our instruments and effects, plugins, which we haven't activated yet, and different folders throughout the computer where our sounds and samples can be stored. The next area is our transport area, and this is the area up the top here. It functions as a normal transport bar. So you've got tap tempo, tempo, time signature, transport location, record method, snap recording, looping, and so on. Obviously, we'll be using this quite a bit, as we do in most programs. This is our toolbar above here, and again, this gives us access to saving, managing, and having a look at our sounds, and also to a lot of different views and so on. But you'll find that most of them are accessible through the actual interface page. All right, the next view we're going to have a look at is the editing area. Basically, the area to the bottom of the page here allows us to basically view and edit effects, audio, and MIDI. So on channel 1, I've got a clip, which we'll learn about later, assigned, and that's an audio clip. So it's an audio file, and if you have a look down here, I can just click on that image there, and you'll see a little sampler editor window come up, and it's got a few different options here to edit and change, and we'll have a look at those later. And then obviously a picture of the waveform that we can then shorten or lengthen and so on. Again, we'll look at that later. We can also add effects to this. So if I click down on audio effects, you'll see here, and this is all from the device browser. And if you have a look, down here, we'll see that you've got a whole bunch of different delays, utilities, vocoders, vinyl distortion, and so on, that we can add. And all you do is select the delay or the instrument and grab one of its presets, or you can just actually grab the instrument itself and design your sound. So that's the effects area there, and then that's the audio editing there. On channel 2 here, I've got a MIDI section. As you can see, there's no MIDI clip. So if I want to add a MIDI clip to that, or a MIDI part, I've got to find one. So let's have a look and see if we can find a MIDI clip here. So we'll just grab that, and you'll see that I can put them on there. And then all of a sudden, if I select one of those MIDI clips, you'll see that I've got a piano roll that appears with a MIDI editor. So very similar to your piano roll in any other sequencing software. The difference with MIDI and audio is you'll see your instrument there, and then you can, on top of that, then start adding your effects after that. So they all work as inserts on the effects channel. Just quickly, we're going to do a lot with sends and returns. because that's something A, we haven't looked at an awful lot, and B, it's a very energy efficient way, so you're not using too much CPU or RAM when you're trying to work with live. So yeah, that's the editing area. Just quickly, the view we're in now is called Session View, and Session View is the one that's really important for us to work with. Session View allows us to work with these things called clips, and if I press play on that, what it does is it just plays a clip over and over again. So you can see it scrolling till it gets to the end and it'll start again. That's quite loud. I've actually put a drum loop on a bass track there, so it doesn't sound great, although I don't actually mind the pattern that much. But that's the way it works. So you assign these clips and you play them. So you can assign any number of tracks, and you can have one clip playing at any time on these tracks. So vertically, each little spot there, that's a track. Each little rectangle there is a clip. And let's just stop that. That's the stop button down there, that little square. And quickly across the top is a scene. So basically we can decide to play all of our clips across there at one go, or we can individually trigger any clip that's on there. We're going to have a look at how to do this more in depth in another tutorial. And just quickly, most of the views we're going to use, or most of what we're going to do is in Session View, but Live also comes with an arrange view similar to what you're used to working with in other sequencing packages, but it's actually what I want to use it for is to record your performances using the Session View. And to change between the two, you've just got the arrange and session. So horizontal for arrange, vertical for session. That's all on this tutorial for now. The next tutorial is going to be on effective use of clips and scenes. Thank you.